Imagine relaxing by your own pool, surrounded by the comfort of your home, only to have someone question whether you even belong there. Voices rose, accusations flew, and an entire community watched in stunned silence as security was called. Would anyone step forward to confront this blatant act of prejudice? Stay with us as we uncover a story that challenges injustice and transforms a neighborhood forever. Before we dive into the full story, let us know where you're watching from in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that challenge and inspire. It was a golden afternoon at Maplewood Residences, an upscale apartment complex in Denver, Colorado. Ethan, a 34-year-old graphic designer, reclined on a poolside chair, savoring a rare moment of peace. After a long week of deadlines, this was his oasis, a cold drink in hand and a book that transported him far from the demands of everyday life. But tranquility was fleeting. A sharp voice sliced through the air. "Excuse me, what are you doing here?" Ethan looked up, startled. A woman in her late 50s stood before him, her perfectly coiffed silver blonde hair gleaming in the sunlight. Her designer sunglasses perched imperiously on her nose, and her tailored dress spoke of affluence and control. Her name tag identified her as Linda, an HOA board member notorious for her intrusive nature. "I'm relaxing," Ethan replied, confused but polite. Linda's eyes narrowed. "Do you even live here? I've never seen you before." "Yes, I do," Ethan said firmly. "Apartment 204. I moved in 6 months ago." Linda scoffed, her tone dripping with disdain. "6 months? That explains why I've never seen you. Do you have proof? Where's your key card?" Ethan froze for a moment, caught off guard by her demanding tone. "I don't carry my key card to the pool," he replied. "But if you're unsure, you can check with management." Linda's demeanor shifted from suspicion to overt hostility. "People like you always have an excuse," she muttered under her breath. Ethan felt his chest tighten. He knew exactly what "people like you" meant, and the weight of her words landed heavily. "I don't owe you anything," he said calmly, standing his ground. "If you think there's a problem, call security." Linda didn't hesitate. She pulled out her phone, her voice loud enough for the entire pool to hear. "Yes, I'm at the Maplewood pool. There's a man here who refuses to leave. He claims he lives here, but he has no proof. I need security to come down immediately." The tension was palpable. Other residents turned to watch, some visibly uncomfortable, others recording the scene on their phones. Ethan stayed seated, refusing to let Linda's hostility shake him. Minutes later, a young security guard named Liam arrived, his face showing a mix of nerves and confusion. Linda immediately launched into her accusations. "This man is trespassing," she exclaimed, pointing at Ethan. "He refuses to prove he lives here." Liam turned to Ethan, who calmly pulled out his ID and held it up. "Here's my driver's license. It matches the address. And if you need more proof, you're welcome to confirm with the leasing office." Liam examined the ID, then nodded. "This checks out. Sir, you're good to stay." Linda's face turned crimson. "You're just going to believe him," she snapped. "This is outrageous." At that moment, Carla, an elderly resident with a reputation for fairness, rose from her chair. "Enough, Linda," she said firmly, her voice cutting through the commotion. All eyes turned to Carla as she walked toward the center of the confrontation. "This isn't the first time you've done this," Carla continued. "You accused the new family in Building B of loitering because they were waiting for a moving truck. You harassed the food delivery guy last week, and now this? You're embarrassing yourself." Linda opened her mouth to protest, but Carla didn't let her. "You've made this complex a hostile place for anyone who doesn't look like you. It's time someone stood up to you." The crowd began murmuring in agreement. One resident clapped, and soon others joined in. Linda, realizing she had no support, muttered something incoherent and stormed out of the pool area. Carla turned to Ethan with a kind smile. "I'm sorry you had to go through that. No one deserves to be treated like that." Ethan nodded, his gratitude evident. "Thank you, Carla. It means a lot." By the evening, a video of the incident was trending online. The caption read, "When will this stop? Prejudice at Maplewood caught on camera." The video showed Linda's hostility, Ethan's calm demeanor, and Carla's powerful call-out. Social media erupted with both outrage and support. At the leasing office, management wasted no time. Linda was summoned for a meeting and received a formal warning. Management also announced mandatory bias training for all HOA members. The incident became a turning point for Maplewood residences. Ethan worked with Carla and other residents to organize a community forum, fostering dialogue about inclusion and respect. The event sparked a shift in the complex, breaking down barriers and building connections. Ethan's story reached beyond Maplewood, becoming a national conversation about prejudice and resilience. He was invited to share his experience on local news, where he emphasized, "Standing up to prejudice isn't about confrontation, it's about creating spaces where everyone belongs." What do you think of Ethan's story? Have you ever witnessed or experienced something similar? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that challenge and inspire.